Welcome back to How to Cake It. I'm Yolanda, and today I'm caking a giant slice of pumpkin pie just in time for American Thanksgiving. And you know who else I'm caking this for? Jordin Sparks. She has a brand new YouTube channel called Heart of the Batter, which of course we love because it's very punning.
10 on the punning, Jordin.
I had a chance to bake with Jordin on her channel, so check it out in the link below. So thank you to Heart of the Batter for sponsoring and collaborating with me on this video. From this day on, I shall proclaim, let's get caking. For this cake, I baked 15 pounds of my pumpkin spice batter. FYI, it's Orhan's favorite cake. He's baked it like 4 times now.
Really?
Really, and he demanded that Cody taste it.
And Cody?
No, I have to concur with Orhan. It's a very, very delicious cake.
My cakes are baked, cooled, and chilled. I'm going to level them and cut the caramelization off the bottom.
Oh, I think you've moved your eyebrows that well before.
Me neither. That was well done.
That was really good. Can you do one at a time?
No.
Another time.
Now all 3 of my cakes are leveled, and I want to take the time to cut a slice out of each cake. So I'm cutting out the shape of a slice, which is basically like an isosceles triangle, and the shorter end is rounded as if it's been cut out of a whole circle.
Sorry, I just want to clarify. You made a template in the shape of a slice?
I did.
Okay.
I made a template in the shape of a slice. Why wouldn't I? Why is that funny?
It's like one of the easiest shapes.
Well, no it isn't, because it has to have the exact right angle as if it was cut out of a whole circle.
Right.
Now that I have 3 giant slices of pumpkin spice cake, I'm gonna take the time to layer each one into 2. Now I need to simple syrup all 6 of my triangle cake layers. Yum. This cake smells really good. Like from the moment I cut them open, I wanted to eat it. If you love the idea of baking with me live this holiday, the good news is Camp Cake is back. And the other piece of good news is that apparently every time I talk about Camp Cake in an episode, I get the pleasure of putting on a wonderful Christmas costume. Yes, Santa wears hoop earrings. Ow! Ow!
You say you feel like 3.
I don't look like Santa. I look like a robber who dressed up as Santa. Camp Cake Early Bird is officially open, and it's at its lowest price ever. Early Bird is only 3 days this time, guys, so make sure to register and join me at my holiday baking party live stream.
Woohoo!
The best part is, when you register for Camp Cake, you get a promo code for 25% off anything at howtocakeit.com. Wait a minute, where are my spectacles? Click that link below and register for Camp Cake. I can't wait to see you there.
You sound so smart.
I am so smart. Before I start to fill these cake layers with Italian meringue buttercream, I need to create something that I'm going to use as the fence. So I'm taking some of that excess pumpkin spice cake that I cut off, and I'm just gonna crumble it in a bowl. And then in my stand mixer, I'm going to mix those cake crumbs with piping gel and a little bit of buttercream. All I'm looking for is for this paste to be a pipeable consistency. And now I can place it into a piping bag fitted with a round tip and get ready to fill this cake. I begin with the first triangular layer, and then I pipe a fence of my pumpkin spice cake mixture around all 3 edges. From the outside, I want it to look like a cut slice of pie. So if any of that gorgeous white buttercream makes it out, the plan will be foiled. And now I'm going to spread Italian meringue buttercream within the fence. I'm going to continue building this cake, stacking the layers and piping the fence and filling with Italian meringue buttercream all the way to the top, and add my final slice layer. Guys, don't forget there's 2 new videos up on step by step. Sam is back, and she's made a cake to celebrate the upcoming Grinch movie, and Cassie is also back with a basket of apples complete with hedgehogs. You can check out both of those videos through the links below. I've decided that I want to ice this cake in a cake paste because the texture is totally different from fondant. And when you think of a pumpkin pie, because pumpkin pie, essentially you make the batter and you pour it into a shell. So I'm trying to really mimic that with this cake. And if I did it with fondant, yeah, I'd be able to get the color, but I wouldn't get the texture. So while my cake is chilling, I'm going to revamp and make an all new cake paste. And I'm going to add the paste into my stand mixer. I'm gonna add some more buttercream. I had some orange buttercream left over from my witch hat. If you don't have that, you can just add a bit of orange food coloring, and I'm going to whip this all together. So I want this paste to be a little less firm than the paste I created and piped into the cake. I need this to be spreadable. If you need to add more crumbs, add more crumbs. I actually put some of my extra cake in a food processor to really get it. This cake is so moist. It was hard to get fine crumbs. So moist. Now, it's time to crumb coat and chill with this paste. And I'm not gonna use my megaphone because while I was with Jordin, I suggested to her that she remake the infamous Crumb Coat and Chill song. And she did. Orhan, cut to Jordin.
Crumb coat and chill.
Oh, my mouth was on the floor. It was amazing. She just belted it out like nothing. But she didn't even look like she was belting it out. It was just casual, right?
Casual. So good.
I was okay. Yeah, it was okay.
My crumb coat is chilled, and now it's time to ice this cake again with my cake paste. Now, what's most important is having it nice and smooth on the top. And the sides, I want smooth, but not all the way down. So after I ice it, I then use my offset spatula and I drag it downward on the side and then pull my spatula away. Because I'm trying to achieve the effect of, you know, when you cut a pumpkin pie with your knife and you pull it away. Because of its texture, it creates that, I don't know what you call that.
Yeah, it's the pumpkin pie pull.
It's the pumpkin pie pull.
It's the PPP.
The pumpkin, yes, the infamous PPP. You down with PPP?
Yeah, you know me.
Yes, it's the pumpkin pie pull. This isn't quite a pumpkin pie yet because there's no pastry. Is it a pie if there's pastry?
No.
Absolutely not. So for the pastry around the pie, I'm rolling out some tan fondant. Guess what color I used to make my tan fondant?
Ivory.
Whoop, whoop. I have to roll out this tan colored fondant basically long enough to go underneath the slice and then wrap up around the back of the slice, which is the curved part. And then I want to have a little bit extra for the crust.
That was one more time, on crust.
The crust.
Yes.
I did spread a little more cake paste on the area of the fondant where I was going to lay my cake, just like glue. And then I very carefully have to lift and place the cake down at one side. Now I wrap the excess fondant up along that curved back of the slice. I used a smoother to help me smooth it. And then, I don't know how this worked out because I didn't predict this. There was just enough left to be the crust of this pie. I used a ruler and a pin to mark a line across the top to know where I wanted the pastry to fold back. Now I need to trim the excess fondant that's sticking out at the bottom of the pie slice and along the sides. For this, I'm using my sharp paring knife. I really don't give my sharp paring knife enough props. I have a couple of them. They're like triplets. They're actually like, I have two pink ones and one yellow one, so it's like two identical twins and a fraternal twin. They're amazing. As I'm doing this, I notice the crust of my giant pie slice is sort of coming down. So I need to address that right away. So I used toothpicks, and what I did was I inserted it right through the crust into the cake at an angle, and you want to have them at about like 1 inch apart along the whole crust. Over on Jordin's channel, I showed her how to make a juicy sliced turkey breast and some sweet potato mash, all out of cake. So if, unlike me, you don't have a whole day to spend in your kitchen making a giant slice of pumpkin pie, you can make this turkey breast and sweet potato mash in way less than half the time. So check out the video, the link is below. So when I did the apple pie, I made like a pinched pie crust. So for this, I wanted to do like a really homemade forked pie crust. Thank goodness I have a giant fork. The same giant fork that stabbed me while I was making my son's Lego cake came to good use this week.
Is that how you cut your finger?
Yeah.
Oh, so forking is over.
No, I have to.
Okay.
No. I'm not forking done yet. Sorry. What the fork? Okay. Don't fork it up.
Orhan, can we leave that in?
No, you can't.
Why? It's not swearing.
The next thing I want to do is just build up a little more cake paste along the crust at the top of the slice. And this is because, like I mentioned before, when you make a pumpkin pie, you pour the batter in. And as it bakes, it sort of rises more near the edge. So I just want to give that illusion. So I just, beef up the cake paste along the edge and smooth it with my small offset spatula. I was about to say small serrated knife, but that won't smooth it.
No.
Small offset spatula. We're in the season of giving, so don't forget you can gift somebody our deluxe membership. The membership comes with an exclusive blend of sprinkles delivered to your door every month, plus cakeware and bonus gifts. It's the gift that keeps on giving. One of you will get, no, I wouldn't do that. It's time to paint this crust and make it look like it's been nicely baked. Guess what color I'm using?
Ivory again?
Yes. I mix some ivory gel food coloring with clear food grade alcohol, and then I brush it on to my pastry. I start along that bottom edge underneath my pie slice, up the back, and then of course the crust. I used 2 ivories.
No, there's 2 ivories?
Yeah, I used my dust color ivory, which has a different tone on the crust, because of course I want the crust to be darker, if
Right.
it's well done. I wanted to brulee the top back edge of the slice. And this is because, like I explained, where the batter gets thicker, it tends to get a little more well done and darker. You know how pumpkin pie can appear like a little shiny on the top? Do you know what I'm talking about? For this, I'm going to use clear piping gel, and I'm just going to spread it really thin with a small offset spatula. It's kind of like a glaze. It's that PPS. That pumpkin pie shine.
You have the PPP and the PPS.
And the PPS. Essential for this cake. You might think this giant slice of pumpkin pie is ready to eat, but you're wrong. Because what kind of monster eats pumpkin pie without whipped cream on top? So what I'm going to use is buttercream for my whipped cream. Now I know you've seen me dollop many times, but this is the biggest dollop ever. This was actually like a collection of dollops to make it appear like one big dollop. Yeah. So I made the main course with Jordin, and now I am serving dessert. I love that dessert is far larger than the main course.
As it should be.
As it should be. Everything's right in the world. Do not forget to check me out on Heart of the Batter right here. Jordin and I have you covered for Thanksgiving just in time. And Sam is back on How to Cake It Step by Step with a cake inspired by the upcoming Grinch movie. You can check it out here. Happy Thankscaking!
Maybe do that instead
What
of
is this?
at the
What
end.
is this hand?
I don't know.
I don't even know.